Well, welcome back, everyone. Yeah, good looking day it turned out to be. If you like that summer-like warmth, that was certainly the case with those numbers making the way in the upper 80s. And folks, that's a good 10 to 15 degrees above the norm, and we don't expect that to change too much, certainly in the days ahead. Reason why is because our weather pattern of late is getting into a kind of a lock. We've been watching this area of high pressure since early in the week make its way through the plain states and now being itself parked to our south and east. Not expect to change all too much, and that will keep our skies pretty dry around here, but more importantly, keep those summer-like temperatures in our forecast as well, which will likely continue on as we go through all of next week. It's been a very quiet pattern across the Midwest, and any headlines that will be noted weather-wise is going to be out in the tropics, especially areas more to the south and east. Very active weather that we see with Umberto right here as a hurricane, but also we're keeping an eye on this blotch of cloudiness around the Caribbean. We do notice a tropical depression that has popped up just north of Cuba itself. It will continue to make its way off to the northwest and impact likely areas around the Carolinas. Here's the latest computer models that we see, and the difference from yesterday is the fact that instead of going for a direct hit for the Carolinas, it's going to try and kind of rub itself against the Carolina coast and then make its way eastward. And a lot of that has to do with the stationary boundary. It's kind of acting like a wall here. And depending on how that positions itself going into early next week will determine certainly how much rain, wind, and maybe even beach erosion that may be taking place, especially around South Carolina. So we'll see how that all turns out. Of course, a lot of viewers out there have family and friends that are out and about over in the Carolinas, so we'll definitely keep you updated, certainly in the days ahead. 83 degrees over in Stockton. Galesburg, you're matching that same temperature. 82 in Mount Pleasant, but as warm as 88 degrees that we're noticing over in Geneseo. Of course, all that has to do with that dry air that warmed up those temperatures quickly, but that same dry air is going to help cool up those temperatures pretty quickly. So widespread 50s for overnight lows, likely dropping around 57 degrees in the Quad Cities. Of course, that's some good running weather if you plan on taking part in the Quad City Marathon, as well as the 5 other races that are going on, the half marathon, the 10K, 5K, 1 mile. There's a whole bunch of them. And then we start seeing that warm up during the morning with the warmest of the air, of course, by the afternoon, with highs expected back in those upper 80s, maybe near 90 degrees in some of our Illinois hometowns by tomorrow afternoon. And as far as the humidity or lack thereof, folks, that will continue on into Sunday and likely going all the way into next week. But when you have so much of that dry air in place, it's pretty hard for any weather system to pull its way eastward. This takes us all the way to the following weekend, and any organized wet weather that stays off to our north and west. After that, that's when we see some changes. We'll show you that with the 8 and 14-day tracker right after this.
Do you print brochures?
Of course.
What about banners?
Absolutely.
Stickers with my logos?
Done.
From signs to apparel and everything in between, QC Press has got you covered. Call us or visit qcpress.com today.
Can you handle a rush order on flyers?
Yes.
And printed apparel for my staff?
We've got you covered.
We take your printing projects off your plate and make them happen on time. Davenport Printing, your local partner in print.
Here's your 8-day tracker, and yeah, get used to these 80s, especially these upper 80s right through Tuesday, mid-80s as we get to the second half of next week, and then we'll trim down zone numbers just a little bit by the following weekend. But right now, all is dry. That may change going into that week after when we start seeing a drop in temperatures and maybe dropping a few showers and thunderstorms as well. Of course, it's a trend in Harrison. That's something we'll be keeping an eye on in the coming days. Back to you.